Oh my goodness. Let me get my notes. So I was way off on some stuff, but I feel like I was on the right track with other things. But where it started, not so much. Let's see. Wow. Yeah, so action packed. I think we got that. We got that, right? Let's see here. Let me see if I can pull up. I'm going to pull up my chat here because I always get quicker chat on here than I do on StreamYard. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was great. There's so much to unpack here, you guys. Holy crap. All right, let's see here. Let's see if I can find your channel. Let's see. Why is it not showing them? There we go. Goodness. All right. Woo. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right. What'd y'all think? What did you guys think? Fixing my hair, DJ, you hush. I did not. I literally ran from the living room back to here because it would not play on my laptop. It was only on Roku. It was not showing up on my Android, my laptop, nothing. I had to go to the other TV that has the Roku app on it so that I could see it there. And I ran, I grabbed my water, and now I'm here. Got the tweet up for we're live. Yeah. No hair tonight. Nope. Too short. Yes, they are all going to be around this. This is about the length for the remainder of them. So yeah. It went by really fast. That's for damn sure. Jesus, that was a lot of action. Deranged, you like my note taking? Well, I'm glad. Water, not wine. No, wine is for gameplay. Water is for me trying to not fall asleep as I talk about what just happens. Because wine this late, no, there'd be no good streaming. No good content can come from that. So I just want to start off and say, Baby Yoda stole my heart. When he was playing and just in the very beginning with that little knob shift or whatever it was, the gear shift, the little knob that came off, that's not a toy. So relatable, #relatable. That was fantastic. So cute. And when he's going in his little egg, as things are landing around him, the ears just flapping in the wind. You guys, I lost it. My heart could not take it anymore. It's officially worse than it was before. My love for Baby Yoda, and I want something else to call it because I know Baby Yoda is like so not the right term, but God, he's so cute. Anyway, let's see who else is here. Sporking News Podcast. Glad you are here. You haven't watched it because it will not load. Oh gosh. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, try the different formats. I've heard that Android now has it up. If the browser does it, I know Roku did. So try some different formats. Make sure to hit the like button. Thank you, Christy. I need to wrench you. I need to wrench you at some point. You're like the wrench extraordinaire in everyone's channel. And I don't have any, I have like 2 wrenches and that's about it. I think it's Ryan and drunk. That's it. So I need you. You're awesome. I don't live stream enough yet, but as I start doing it more, we got to talk. Fuel the hatred. The notes would be hilarious. So yeah, my note taking when I drink is non-existent. We're going to go freestyle the whole way. I don't write anything down when I'm drinking. Are you out of your mind? No, I'm not that kind of drinker. No, I'm not that eloquent. Just got done watching Colton. Glad you're here. There's no way you can kill him off. Let's see here. There is no way you can kill him off with the merch coming. LMAO. Yeah, right. Where is the merch? I need some merch. I need it now. I need a plushie so bad. I want to wake up to Baby Yoda. I'm not kidding. That sounds so weird. He's so cute though. God damn it. Oh God, this is so bad. I'm like fangirling over Baby Yoda hard. All right. Did it turn SJW? No, it did not. I'll tell you what. We got a good glimpse into one of the main female characters, which is the armorer. And she had some really good, strong moments. She's clearly a leader. She's clearly somebody who has the who basically everyone looks up to, but it wasn't done in a way where it felt cheap. It didn't feel cheap. And I enjoyed that. And she let the boys kind of rough it up in we're going to get to that in a little bit, but she just let them kind of like do, you know, how like boys will be boys and just kind of like let their aggressions out. She just let them kind of go at it with each other. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. The way that they portrayed her character so far. I'm digging it very much so. You can tell George Lucas was instrumental with this, tied into his sequels of story Disney Trash. Yes. Yes. I feel like so much of this is coming into fruition. It's so nice. Let's see here. Freaking awesome. Alex Otto. I agree. I'm gonna take a moment here and just kind of dig back into my notes. I have where I'm at with the chat, and we will get back to it. But so I love that we see the Beskar, a Camtono of Beskar, right? So we saw what a Camtono is. It's basically the ice cream, like ice cream maker looking device. I think we saw a flat. We've seen that before. It was in Empire Strikes Back. One of the characters carrying out that same kind of like safe looking thing. And I tweeted about this. Favreau, even on his Instagram, posted a picture of that Camtono last year. So this was a total little flat. He knew. I mean, there was a lot of, they knew about this for a while, and I love it. You see him carrying it out back on Bespin in Cloud City. Very, very awesome little callback there. And then you see Baby Yoda cry as he kind of goes off a little bit into the doorway. It's so sad. I'm like, no, don't, Baby Yoda, come back. It's so sad. And I love basically when he goes back to the first, he takes his Camtono straight to the armory, which, you know, business as usual for this guy, but you could tell he was in his head thinking about what the hell's going on with this baby. Why are they, what are they doing with this baby? And, you know, even asked the client at one point, you know, and the client's like, why are you asking questions? This is not your way. Why are you doing that? So clearly there's an identity shift with our Mandalorian. And so that's really awesome to see. He's questioning things he shouldn't be. So we're getting some more character development through that. I love that. Okay, so I watch with subtitles on for the first run because that way you can see names of characters that you wouldn't get normally through the dialogue. And you also can tell, like, if there's alien languages spoken, sometimes I'll identify them. Like in the first couple chapters, you'll see Huttonese, knowing they're speaking Jabba the Hutt's language. So this one, I didn't see any particularly different languages because we were all kind of on the same planet that we've been seeing before. But one guy was labeled as heavy infantry, and that was the one that kind of had the rough tumble with our Mandalorian in the armory. And it was good that we kind of noticed who he was, because he particularly had another moment with him towards the end. And so, you know, this was it was a fun little interaction to see. I definitely want to watch this again tomorrow and do a deep dive and maybe get some more little nuggets from this for like I guess another video maybe later this week, weekend, whatever. Because taking notes while you're watching your first time is tough. My notes look awful because I was like watching and writing at the same time. So my notes they don't look like barely legible. It looks like I was drinking wine when I wrote them. The other thing is you get the clear sense of tribe with this is the way. It's cultish to a certain degree, which makes sense because when you first walk into this armory, the first time we saw it, it felt very religious, very sacrosanct, kind of like the altar being the smelting device and the casting for the armor, and the priestess, if you will, being the armorer. Okay, so this is the way. This is the way. It's like, praise be to God over again. Very, very big religious undertones with the Mandalorian, armory. I feel like that is the center of their belief system. It's pretty much solidified at this point for me, with that being the case. So she wants to name him. So we got a little insight about the signet, didn't we? Being originally wanting it to be the Mudhorn because that was the last creature that he killed. Him being true to he's full of honor and integrity, and straight up said, I didn't make the kill alone. I had help, and basically said, no, that's not my signet. And she let him have that moment to say basically, okay, we'll change it. And whistling birds, those are awesome. That was awesome. I love the whistling birds saying how valuable they are, and they're going to come in handy. And yeah, they sure did, didn't they? Let's see here. She also mentions during that scene that when they were fighting in her armory area, all the guys kind of like, getting in on the get some hits in on the Mandalorian. She mentioned something about specifically being that true Mandalorians are the hunter and the prey. What a foreshadow. We saw that later on later in the episode towards the second half, him walking out with the baby Yoda, everyone's fobs going off, definitely becoming the prey. You can sense it, that everyone's basically stalking him. So good little bit of foreshadow there. Yeah. And then we got the third montage starting with a hammer. You guys, are you sensing some consistency here? Very much thematic consistency. I want to know when the next episode there's got to be a hammer montage, because the first episode we got the brief flashback glimpse with the one piece, the pauldron that was made. Second chapter, we got another montage, no flashback, but a montage when Quill and our Mandalorian were fixing the ship in a very expeditious fashion, apparently doing it, I guess, in hours, which, hey, if an Ugnaught is really that great at it, I mean, that's a skill they should add to Wikipedia for sure. Just saying, it's interesting. That started with a hammer as well. And then the third chapter, we got another hammer starting montage, going into more depth of the background. I thought that would be in a great place to do the cameo of sorts, but that did not happen with Obi-Wan. I was way off the mark on that, but my goodness, Deborah Chow, fantastic director for this episode. The pacing was awesome. Yeah, my biggest regret, I wish it was longer. I mean, it was well paced throughout. I did not want to look down to write my notes. Never. I felt like I was going to miss something. So that was fantastic. Yes. Okay. So now he's in his new armor, right? And he walks into the back to Grief Karga's headquarters, that cantina, and everybody's staring at him now. Everybody's staring at him. And I love it. I love the visual, the constant Western styled visual of this guy just walking into a saloon and getting the stink eye from everybody around there. It's just so much fun. It's so fun. There's so many, I'm not listing them all, but there's a ton of just the Western imagery is fantastic. And some of the samurai stuff that I noticed I caught on this episode too. Very awesome. Before I move on though, to basically the second half of this chapter, I want to kind of touch on the chat a little bit. Feel the hatred, kind of wondering what they're going to call the merch when the species isn't named, right? Yeah, so I've seen some merch for this. I've seen IG-11. I've seen ATST Scouts. I think that's the type that there is. So, and they were in the trailer, so it's no surprise that we are going to have some ATST contact at some point. Yes, and I haven't seen the baby yet. Maybe that's the reason. You ever think of that? Maybe that's the reason they've held off, because they don't want to introduce the name. I don't know. That's a well-played strategic move, though. But gosh, you really got to get that merch out when people want it. Seriously, I haven't wanted merch since the only merch I collect is originals. That's it. I don't collect anything else. I'm gonna have to have Baby Yoda though. I'm gonna have to have Baby Yoda, and I might have to have a couple pieces of some Mandalorian armor, because this stuff's pretty sweet when it's all nice and new like that. I like it. I like it a lot. Nuntoot, Werner Herzog said to Dr. Pershing that he wanted it alive. I feel like a lot of people will think it's Palpatine who's behind this, but I think it's Thrawn. I think Thrawn is along the same time span of this. I meant to look into that because I completely forgot. Ryan's the EU guy. He would know right off the bat if Thrawn is in the right timeline or not. And I don't even know if they're going to be pulling people from the right timeline or not. I just don't know. It's going to be interesting. But yeah, I'll tell you, Thrawn. So Thrawn's brother's name is Gideon. Okay. And we have, I think it's Gideon. And then we have a character that has not been introduced yet named it's Giancarlo Esposito's character from Breaking Bad, who's playing Moff Gideon. He is an Imperial officer who has a Death Trooper squad, like battalion with him. So he's like big bad news down the line, I guess. I don't know what he's going to be playing in, but that's interesting connection there. I don't know if it's going to be a connection or not, but the names are the same, but there are a lot of Gideons. So I don't know. No SJW stuff still, so people can chill. Yes, and they had more of a woman character in it, so people that are like freaking out trying to find a vagina somewhere in this story, in this chapter, well, they got one, so kudos there, but they're happy about that. Standards are low, but that's okay. Mecca calls him Boda. Okay, I like that. Mecca. That's good. Oh, he is so cute. Oh my gosh, he is so much cuter this chapter than the last one too. All the little movement and then the cooing and everything. God dang it, playing to my whammon, feels right now. I think it's just an innate thing. You see a cute little baby thing like that, and it strikes you funny, and you can't quite shake it. I don't know what to tell you. Freestyle's cool. Yeah, I'll probably be freestyling a little bit of this next time. Gosh, it's so good. All right, Native Ronin. Gina wasn't in this episode, but I can't wait for her to show up. He is not the best actor, but I love her from back. Okay, yes. Okay, so interesting you say that. So in one of the trailers, we actually have Gina or Cara Dune's character. It is so cool. I need to show the trailer. I wish I could do that really easy, but I can't remember the TV spot that it was on. Basically, she's like in a village looking thing, and you have all these people lined up with bamboo sticks. It looks like bamboo sticks, kind of like old samurai style, like line practice their fighting moves slowly. She's at the head of it, just kind of like this, just watching her line, and they're going through the moves. So she's got definitely a leadership role in this in some way, and I'm very interested to see when she comes in too, because next episode we're halfway through the series. Can you believe it? So I would like to see her character. I know she's going to be in season 2 as well. She's been filming it already. She said she just loves the character. So I'm hoping we get a glimpse next time. Who was the director of chapter 3? It was Deborah Chow. She is the one that is going to be heading up the Obi-Wan series coming out in 2021. So I think it's 2021. No, it's 2020. It's next year, right? Is it really next year? God, I got to check back on that. I don't know if it's 2021 or 2020, but yeah. So what you saw today, look for some of that kind of styling for Obi-Wan. I'm impressed. She put a shit ton of stuff in this chapter. I mean, I didn't catch the runtime on this. I know it said 37 minutes, I think, but cut the credits, cut the cold open little like part there. And I think it was probably like 30 minutes again, or 32. That's a lot. So she did it though. And the pacing felt good. I just wish it was longer. Definitely. I loved it. Yes. Blacksmiths are highly respected in the Mandalorian culture. Yes. And one of the little tidbits that we got was the client, when he said that, I didn't write this down, but I should have, but I didn't have time. He said, gosh, Mandalorians are harder to find than the Beskar these days. So there's not very many of them left. I mean, it feels like at some point the siege or whatever it was, that they're dwindling in numbers. I don't know if this is the last tribe. This very well could be the last tribe of them. I'm not sure, but it made it, the way he said it, and the fact that anything that the client says is important in this. He speaks with, they put him in that position because everything he says is so well said. And they did it on purpose because they know that you're going to take note. You're going to listen when Herner talks. It's hard not to. That guy's voice is amazing. I keep saying I want to be read like bedtime stories by him. I don't know. It's amazing. It's like ASMR to me. Anyway, Hutties. That's what they speak, or Hutnese or Hutties. Yes, that is right. Joshua, well, I guess I'm painfully going to make a Disney Plus account. Painful. You know what? Here's what I'm going to say about that. Disney has screwed us over. People who love the Star Wars, they have really done a number to a lot of people. And I get it. It sucks. It sucks being teased to have like something that you love dangled in front of you like a carrot, only to be like it ends up being something just awful. It's nothing that you even closely resembles what you remember your love of Star Wars to be. But when they do something right, we have to give them the credit. At least I do. I'm not going to tell anyone else what to do, but for me, I have to give them the credit, because otherwise, how are they going to know? How are they going to know that this is the right way to move forward with stuff like this? You know, they need to have a resounding critical response favorably if we do favor it. So whether or not you purchase it, that's up to you. And I totally understand everybody who doesn't want to. Don't do it if you don't feel right about it. But for me, I'm one of the people that I'm not going to always hate Disney. I can't. I don't feel like that with anything in my life. There's always the opportunity to change for the better. And if I ever got rid of that opportunity for other people, it's not who I am. So on my channel, I'm going to call it like I see it. I'm not going to have an instant bias on anything, but I always will be cautiously optimistic, because it's hard to just forget a decade plus of stuff that you've been force-fed as Star Wars and can't do anything about it. Yeah, it's hard you can't do that. So overnight, you're not going to fix it. But I do want to show them I want to give them credit when they do things that make me happy, because I want to be happy about Star Wars more. I want it again. And I want for, my kids to have the same feeling I did. I'll tell you, they don't like the new stuff. My 4-year-old, all Empire Strikes Back stuff. He has a Wampa rug, okay? And an AT-AT Battle of Hoth beautiful artwork on his wall. He can tell you all about it. He knows everything that goes on. He loves it. That is his jam. This new stuff, he just, if he ever has the option, okay, what do you want to watch? Empire Strikes Back. Okay. That's what he does, like some of the prequels, but the last prequels, PG-13. And so everything PG-13 on, I only show him little bits and pieces of stuff that I know that are appropriate, but still he just he doesn't take to the characters. He really liked Poe at first, but then it never resonated with him. So it's kind of funny. Even 4-year-olds get it, Disney needs to get it together. Let's see here. All right. It just keeps getting better. I agree. I think a lot of the people who were upset with the last episode saying it was filler or that it was too slow, there wasn't enough going on. This is this was good to have right next to it. I like that. I like that a lot. Joshua, I always wanted an Obi-Wan series until Kathleen Kennedy, Rian Johnson, Star Wars. But if it's underneath Favreau, Favroni, Star Wars, perhaps there is hope. I agree. A New Hope, perhaps. Yes. Wish episodes are longer. I'm telling you, that's going to be the consistent, negative comment about this. And, it's crazy to think that $12 to $15 million per episode on what we can gauge pretty much being like between 30 and 35-minute episodes. I mean, if they did a full hour, would it be more? I would assume so. I can't imagine that. If this is what TV's become or streaming's become, they are setting the bar incredibly high for other companies that make their own shows to compete with. This is going to be interesting to see how this plays out with other sci-fi popular, especially The Expanse is coming out December 13th on Amazon. They're spending a pretty penny on it too, but nothing in the ballpark of this. But Amazon's big sci-fi show is on its way, and I love The Expanse. I read all the books. I'm a big fan. I just they're setting the bar here, and The Expanse is also 30-minute episodes too. So maybe that's kind of like the new thing. I don't know. Let's see. Holy Potato, thank you for being here today. I appreciate you joining us. 30 minutes. Yes, that's where we are with these. That's where they're going to be for a while. You want a baby too? Everybody wants a baby Yoda. Gosh, baby Yoda, baby jetpack. Oh my gosh. All right. I want to move on a little bit because I want to talk about he needs a jetpack. Yes. And you get a real sense of the moment when he needs it right before he used, right before they all came out with the jetpacks, basically, I was in my mind thinking, okay, he needs a jetpack. He needs the jetpack. But I'm gonna move on with where I was in my review a little bit. And this is just the overall synopsis on basic parts of it. So, just to follow along chronologically. So he did make mention of one bounty on Karnak, and I wanted to do a little research to see if that is an actual character about the like son of a nobleman or something on Karnak. It was like an Akbarish character. I'm just curious about what that was all about. So I'm gonna do a little digging and see if there's any reason that they just threw him in there, if it was just a random fluff. All right, so he's walking back from from Grief Karga with the he's walking back with his new puck, right, to the ship. And isn't that ship gorgeous? As he's walking back, it's so shiny and beautiful. If you don't watch my other videos, I talked a little bit about the production of this regarding the ship. They used a lot of the same stylings of A New Hope, where they did clay modeling of the Razor Crest. That's the majority of the shots that you see. It's literally clay modeling. They did a great integration of the clay with the CGI, not overly CGI, so it doesn't look cartoony on this. They did such a great job with that. It is beautiful. And all the shots where you see them like coming in and coming out and transitioning in the scenes, very, very, very cool. Very reminiscent of A New Hope. I'm going to go ahead and send this real quick. This to, let's see here, get this out to Ryan just in case whenever he is ready to hop on. I know that Ryan is going to be doing a review first, and that's cool. But the ship was beautiful. So he walks back. And he sees the knob. He sees the knob. And, it's funny. Immediately when he sees it, and I don't know about you guys, but the music is growing on me. Took me just like one episode to kind of get it. And then I got it and I love it. It is absolutely our Mandalorian. I loved that the music shifted immediately when he saw that knob and he touched it. And he was like, the music just got this total sentimental feel, and you could just feel him like he's really struggling at this moment to think about what his next move is. And I love that he puts the knob back on the shifter or whatever, the gear shift, and decides, I'm parking it and we're going back. We're going back for the baby, you guys. It was amazing. And then when he walks back, you start to see the egg in the dumpster all tarnished and sad, and like, where's the baby? I don't know if you can see this, but like my notes are so bad. Baby in the dumpster. Well, I can't do this backwards. Candace, get it together. Sad face. I was so sad. It was like sad emoji big time. So, and then he overhears, he gets like a total Western style, gets up on the roof with his like shotgun style and kind of listens in on the conversation and hears, we need to do whatever we can to extract from it. So I'm totally on the idea of this being for cloning our little baby Yoda. Again, our Dr. Pershing is wearing a Camino emblem, which is, if you watch Clone Wars, that is where cloning took place. So yeah, I think we were right on track with that one. And then, okay, so we see all these stormtroopers everywhere in this episode. I think this is one of the episodes that we got our, if some of you are familiar with the 501st Legion, it is a big fan group of just the ultra Star Wars stormtrooper fans. And they go around to different charity events and they just all wear their stormtrooper gear. And it's kind of fun. They do a lot of stuff for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge premieres and things like that. But this is the very first time. And I think this is just a tribute towards Jon Favreau's real dedication to the fan. He invited them to film basically with him for this series. So these are actual fans of Star Wars getting to be in Star Wars. And how great is that? How great is that? I'm just saying, I really think that this is a completely just very, it's so, what is the word I'm trying to say? It just feels real. It feels real that the love that our director had, that Jon Favreau, the producer for this and director, that he has for this, for Star Wars in general, to invite the fans to be a part of it. It feels genuine. That was the word I was going for. It feels genuine. And I love that. I love it. I love it so much. So now he's going through these rooms, right, with the stormtroopers. And don't you love that he is using all of his gadgetry and weapons totally perfect. One of my favorites is the wrist grappling the stormtrooper to him, and then getting him there, and then then the flamethrower, which is I love the flamethrower. I love the flamethrower. It's fun. And then seeing him carrying out Baby Yoda. So here's where I find this interesting. Okay, maybe this is just from a feminine point of view. Watching this studly, super masculine kind of guy walking around carefully, very daintifully, is that a word? Carrying the baby, all swaddled up. It's just it was such a fun thing to see that. And I hope people don't say, oh, they're demasculating him and I don't see it like that. I really don't. I mean, he is like kicking ass the whole show just about. And in this one moment, you just see him totally caring for the baby in this way. And it is just so beautiful to see. You can see this guy clearly cares for him. And it was nice. I enjoyed it. So don't say they're demasculating him, because I don't think that's what they're doing. I don't think this is I don't think that's this kind of series. I think they're letting boys be boys. They roughed and tuffled it up in the armory. I know those aren't words, but you know what I mean. And it's just fun. This is so fun. It feels relatable in a lot of ways too. Guys just hashing out their differences like that. So before I move on, I want to touch back in the chat and see where you guys are with all of this. Let's see who is all in here. We have Larry in here. Hello. Tom is here. Oh, good. Tom, you here? Awesome. Midnight's Edge. Yes. All right. Midnight's Edge After Dark. If you liked it, Tom, I'm impressed. Okay. You make a count. Yes. Well, yeah, painfully. If you do, you need to. All right. Let's see. Native Ronin, Geeky, right before the episode ends and he's flying the ship, one of his Mandos flies next to him. Salute. That particular one happens to be the heavy infantryman, the one that had a tussle with him in the beginning. That's why I watched the subtitles, so I can see he was the one saying those words. That was him. And it was really, really nice to see that. He salutes him and flies away with his jetpack of the Mandalorian, aka Din Djarin, says, I got to get me one of those. Yes. I was so happy they said that, because you could sense that he needed it the minute he was surrounded by everyone and couldn't just fly away. It was unfortunate. Let's see here. Who is the actor for Mando? That is Pedro Pascal, same guy who played Oberyn Martell, and interestingly enough, the same guy who just got casted as the villain for our Wonder Woman 1984 movie coming out soon. It is he's playing Max Lord, which, if you're familiar with the comic book series, Max Lord had a very interesting death scene, kind of comparable to that of Oberyn Martell. So maybe there's a casting type there for the death scene anyway. For those of you who know the comics, you kind of maybe know where I'm going at with that. Saving a helpless baby is masculine AF. Thank you. Thank you, Astral Walker. I agree. And I'm fine with that. I think it's great. I think this is something that guys and girls should appreciate, this kind of storytelling. There's no purposeful gendering of characters here. Yes, there's dudes, and it feels right that there's dudes playing the dude parts. Yeah, and it's awesome. The female tribe leader, she's female as AF, okay? So it's great. And she's strong, and she lets the guys do what they want to do, but she still has her moments of where, okay, they listen to her, they repeat what she says. You know what I mean? Like, it feels right. And I'm thankful that they got it. They got it down. But I know everyone's going to complain. I'm sure everyone's going to complain. Anyway, Pascal is an awesome actor. Yes. Now, if that is him, which I know in some interviews he did say that he is the one doing a lot of these parts. I know that's not him every time, though. But I'm curious what the ratio is of him versus stunt double. Because I know Gina Carano, I think she has a lot of stunt double in her for her, too. So it'll just be interesting. I'm just curious. Men are protectors by nature, protecting us. Very true point here. Very true point. Protecting an innocent child, no obligation to it, is the definition of masculinity. Round of applause. I love that. Yes, that is right. I like that a lot. That's very well said. Most Mando leaders are women, if you think about it. Yeah, Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know 100% about the true Mandalorian lore. There's a lot of it out there, and I have been trying to watch more of it and read more of it. But between that and keeping up with the production and see things going on behind the scenes with the show, I'm trying to stay with more of the current stuff and not let the lore and the EU stuff kind of obscure my perception of what I'm expecting, on screen. So, but if that's what you say, I believe it. And that's awesome though. That's awesome. Favreau and Filoni fighting against the SJW KK agenda. God, I hope they kick her out. KK's got to go. And RJ shortly after her. Gosh, we just need, Favreau, Filoni, and Feige. Need to hashtag that. Out with those guys and in with the new. Yes. If you look at the credits, see, I skipped the credits because I needed to jump right on here, but I'm going to look at them. Pedro has 2 stunt doubles. Okay. Yeah. I don't doubt it. He was doing a lot of action in this episode. I mean, golly, the whole episode pretty much, except for like just a few parts. He was, moving around a whole lot. I was getting sad when he began to leave the baby behind, but then he shut it down and went for the save. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I loved it. It was a very, very great pace on all of it. I'm going to move on just a little bit more in the notes, and then of course we'll catch back up with chat. I just, again, reiterating the love of the use of all of the weaponry. And then, when he gets, and then there's one little moment where he just really quickly just span and shot really fast. I'm loving the quick shooter. Again, Western trope like crazy here, quick gunslinger kind of thing. It's just fun. He does a lot of different moves every chapter, I feel like. And it's always very interesting to watch. I'm always drawn in, and I never get bored by the fighting style. I love it. I loved when he first grabbed the Jabba style gatekeeper droid, took him out, walked off to the side. I'm like, okay, what happened? Waits for draw out the stormtroopers to take them out. It was just, it's good. It's well done. I like it. All right. So then he gets in a predicament where he is surrounded by everyone. It's like, let me just put this down. This is so important. This is very, you don't want to hurt this. Puts it down and uses those whistling birds that we were like, what the hell are those things? Those are them. They were so awesome. Oh, those are so cool. I wonder if he's going to get a refill. Hopefully he does, because that was amazing. And then you see, of course, as soon as he gets the asset, all of the fobs going off in the cantina again. What a great little shot there. You're like, oh shit. Here they come. Here they come. And you see, they zoom in on Grief at the very end of that scene, and he's like, oh God, what is he doing? Why is he doing that? And because after the conversation that he had when he questioned it, what are they going to do with him? And he's like, just enjoy yourself. Just go enjoy a bath with the Twi'leks. It was very interesting. Yeah, so he starts to walk out onto the streets of at night, and you clearly see everyone stalking him like prey. And he gets right to the end of the street, and perfect shot. This is again attributing to the visualization of this, all the imagery, and you feel like you're right there. Oh, one other thing before I talk about that. Even like the shots from the egg when he's bringing baby Yoda in, they have the shot like as you're in the egg looking up at the stormtroopers like baby Yoda, just to get that sense of dread. So beautifully done. And then in this sequence, you have the shot of Grief right in front of him, and directly behind him is his ship. It's just so close. He's right there, and he can sense it. He's like, God dang it, I'm right there. And and then of course you go through this whole battle, and he just totally like so fast with everything. I loved it. Even vaporized a Rodian. Did y'all see that? He vaporized a Rodian. That was so cool. We thought we were just going to see Jawas disappearing. Oh, no. We got a whole bunch of other aliens disappearing tonight, too. It was wonderful. I'm all about the disintegrate them, vaporize them. I don't care. I think it's a fun way to die for Disney to have incorporated that for their style of death. I'm fine with that. I think it's fun. Good. You're not going to see any blood in this. You're not going to. So everyone's kind of got to get over the fact that these deaths are going to be creative in that respect. And vaporizing is about as creative as you can get, I think. Well, that and getting doored, right? We saw Corrin get doored. That was creative. I enjoyed that. Yeah. So he basically, at that moment, you're like, oh God, he needs the jetpack. He's like right there being surrounded. Grief's like, no, you're not going to pass. We're going to basically kill you and take your body for, get different body parts, sell them or whatever. It was really weird that he said that, but yes. So in that moment, he looks down at the baby and sees him just looking so cute, and the music just kind of dies down, and you can see his focus has just shifted to this baby and feeling so sorry that he cannot protect him in this moment. And you feel in that moment, because the music, again, very well done. Deborah Chow had some liberties. All the directors have a lot of liberties with the way that they bring in the music in their chapters. It's the same composer for every single one throughout the series, but they get different they have different liberties with everything. I thought it was perfect. All the sound went out, and then all of a sudden you see the tribe of Mandalorians jetpacking around. And I don't know if any of you guys had this moment, maybe it's just the holiday season, but I totally was thinking about the elf squad from Santa Claus movie, like all of them just like I mean, I don't know, maybe I just saw it recently and I was like, reminded me it was a little bit funny, a little bit kind of strange, awkward, but maybe that's just because I'm not used to seeing that many jetpacking straight up and down. Usually I've only seen really Boba Fett, and he was always kind of at an angle when he did it, so it didn't look so just like vertical. That's okay though, I didn't mind it. I thought it was pretty fun. So then you specifically see the heavy infantrymen. Heavy infantry guy, it was his name, heavy infantry. And he was the one that kind of had the issue with him. And he specifically talks to him, again, just kind of reassuring him, we got your back. And they, make quick work of taking out all of the people there with their tribe. Very cool to see all the different characters. And this is gonna be one of the spots that I really enjoy, kind of slowing it down and rewatching and getting to see all the different Mandalorians, kind of what they are, like how they work and how their fighting style and stuff. I'm interested to see that and how they took different people out. So that'll be fun to rewatch. And then, of course, at the very end, he's walking back to his ship, and only to be stopped by Grief again. And of course, he's got, he hits his little carbonite facial button, causes some, steam or fog or whatever, carbonite freezing steam or whatever it is, and shoots Grief. And I am assuming that he thinks that he is dead. But of course, I saw this coming, but I love that they did it nonetheless. The shot right there, right when it happened, you can see like immediately I wrote down Grief killed ? Because I was like, no, he not dead. And then it's saved by the Beskar, and then LOL. Yeah, I was laughing about that. I was like, of course. So anyway, those are my notes for this one. Just kind of covering the basics of what we saw tonight and what I thought about it. Kind of want to touch up on the chat a little bit more. Let's see here. They were probably taking his DNA. Yes, that's what I assume. I mean, when they said extract what you need, that just makes sense to me. And I love that Dr. Pershing was like, if it wasn't for me, he'd be dead. I kept him alive and all this, I think, it was smart. So, he's still alive. So it's interesting to see what kind of part he's going to play in the future, if he has any in the show. I mean, we only have 5 chapters left. So, it'll be interesting. Camino, the only place to make clones in the galaxy. I don't know. That's a good EU question, but I'll tell you this: it is the place that had the emblem that he wore on his jacket. So that's the same one. I don't know if there's any other places though. LOL, our director. Yeah. So I totally realized when I said that, and I was like, gosh, it's so familial though. This feels so good. It's like he's like our guy. # our guy, right? I feel like it. I love it. A show made by fans for fans. Exactly. Bringing in the 501st Legion. That mad props for that. I did do a video kind of about that, just about how great I thought that was that he would do that. I just thought that spoke to the genuineness of this director producer guy. Jon Favreau taking this under. He really loves Star Wars, and it's clear. It's evident. I think what we've seen so far. Mando equals Sam Porter Bridges. I need to know that reference, but I don't. I'll have to look that up. Sam Porter Bridges. Let's see what you are talking about. Sam, Death Stranding. Oh, yes, Death Stranding. Yes, that. I've seen some gameplay of that. It's pretty fun. If I wasn't playing Fallen Order, I might play that next. It looks good. Yeah, he's always carrying things, isn't he? Got stuff on his back, and he's like the FedEx for Baby Yoda. He was just protecting Baby. That makes him a man, right? Right? I think the people that might say that they were demasculating, I'm telling you, you're going to see this, guys. They're going to say they're demasculating him when he was doing that. I think these are people that just don't understand. I think the protector, like being the protector, is part of masculinity, and it's a wonderful part of it. A lot of women enjoy that part of it for guys, you know. Saving, yes, agreed. He's becoming the Mandalorian. Oh my God, that's perfect. Thomas, well done. I love it. Yes, he is. They're kick-ass babysitters, literally. Yes, they are. They really are. They're the best. Final Death Star, good to see you. The Viper. Yes, the Viper. Yes, I hope he doesn't. Yeah, it's just that I think it's funny that they put him in Max Lord's cast for that. That's just very interesting, the ending that they both have. I missed part 3 of your playthrough. Oops. I missed part 3 of your playthrough. Looking forward to tomorrow night and part 4. Yes, me too. Part 4, I'm hoping, will be a little smoother than part 3. That was a very tough level. I did not like that at all. Too much parkour, too much wall running, too much vine jumping. I am no good at that. It takes me right out of the gameplay because I fall too much and it's no fun. Holy Potato. I don't think the one at the end was the heavy infantry guy because he doesn't have a big ass gun. Hey, the subtitles don't lie, man. Go check it out. That's all I can say. It said heavy infantry. The only time that he was talked to by anybody, it was the same one that said heavy infantry. So I assumed that was going to be important, and I don't know. I'll have to double check and see what the likeness is with the armor. But I do recall him being a big dude, but I didn't see the gun on him. Maybe they just didn't bring it in. I don't know. I watch it with the subtitles for the same reason Final Death Star, right? Pro tip. Yes. All right. Midnight's Edge After Dark. Great night. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is on Vudu, and Mandalorian Episode 3 delivers. What a country. Tom, did you like it? I need to know. Tom, you are a staunch critic. I was listening to your review about it, and you weren't dissing it, but you were reserved about it, and I am interested to see your take on it now after Chapter 3. Pascal is an awesome actor. Yeah. I love his voice, his voiceover so far has been great. I don't know if this is all him, but his voiceover is fantastic for sure. Men are protected by nature. Yes, we saw. I agree 100%. I agree. Caring for child is feminine and masculine. I think it's pro-family and anti-SJW. Round of applause, anti-SJW. I'm about that. I love that so far. I love that we're 3 chapters in. We're almost halfway in. Not a whiff of SJW-ness. Y'all have to be at least happy about that. Anybody who hates this for whatever reason can at least agree that is a nice thing to have for any TV show or any streaming show. I thought they was Embo at first when you see Carl Weathers' character again. I don't understand that. You thought they were Embo? Oh, I don't understand. I'm so sorry. Yeah, but Carl Weathers' character, yeah. I love his character. I think that was a great cast. Most male leaders are women. Yes, we saw that. I agree. All right. I'm going to move down just a little bit back in here. Here we go. Do you think Ahsoka could be the one saving young Mando in the flashback? Are they going to do more flashbacks? I'll tell you, Deborah Chow is in another episode of, I think it was, she's doing Chapter 7, I think, if I read that right. I know that John Talks mentioned it earlier too. Chapter 7, I believe. It's on her IMDb. I just need to double check. But if she's on another one, I almost can bet that perhaps there will be more flashback material in that one. I really think that in the Obi-Wan series, that's going to really dwell perhaps in that part of Obi-Wan's character arc, story arc. You know what I mean? It's very rich with lots of fun characters. Everyone in the show making this series deserve credit. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And if you ever have a chance to check out Disdain, if you ever have a chance to like just Google like interviews with Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau on this, like some of the recent ones, and they talk about the integration of CGI with their backgrounds when they're like filming. They actually have CGI rendering using the Unreal Steam engine. Unreal Steam, yes. The Unreal Steam engine to make it so that the actors in the cast and crew are more immersive with their backgrounds that they're in, because you know these settings they're in are massive, very vast and hard to play off of when you can't see it well. So they're integrating really cool video game technology in the backgrounds and stuff. There's just a lot of fun production stuff in the background about this, and they're very talented, very, very talented. Isn't the rifle the Mando have, is it illegal? I don't know. You know, this rifle is straight out of the Star Wars Holiday Special, and I don't recall it really being anywhere else. So I don't know the history of it. That's a good thing to, you know what? I'm going to write that down. I need to look that up. I'm interested. Rifle. All right. I'm going to look into that, and I'll carry it on my next review. Favreau, Filoni, Favroni, you guys. Makes it so much easier. Favroni. Tate Fletcher, a different character this time for the guy he played in episode 1. This time, Tate played Paz Vila. If you know Mandalore, you know all about Vizsla, aka Death Watch. Yes, I'm familiar with Death Watch. That's why I think Bo-Katan might be part of this series in some way. I think that might be the true identity of our armorer. So, but I do not know. I gotta look up. I'm gonna write that down. Paz Vizsla. I will look into that. I do not know all the Mandalore lore yet, but I will look into it. EU catch-up needed for me. Hey, that's all Ryan. I wish I knew more. I'm learning. I'm just happy that there are things to like about Star Wars. We have stuff to debate instead of just pick apart. Yes. Feels good, doesn't it? Feels great. I love it too. If you want a kick-ass babysitter, get a Mandalorian. That's right. Oh wait, I just thought John Wick DeLorean. You guys, y'all are so damn witty this early in the morning. That's impressive. I'm impressed. That's great. That's great. Very well directed. Yes. 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 Everyone wants a Twi'lek bath. Oh gosh. I don't really like the FOBs because it opens up a bunch of questions like why couldn't the Empire find anyone they were looking for? Yeah, I mean, I agree. The FOBs are something a lot of people like kind of don't like because it kind of is like, well, bounty hunting in and of itself, bounty hunting should be the nature of a hunt is to kind of tracking. And I feel like the FOB is is just a easy way to track, but I guess it just serves the purpose of expediting the, finding what it is they're looking for. And that being the part of the series that matters, not the finding it, I suppose. But yes, I agree where you're coming from with that. If you saw Midnight's Edge, excellent video on Kathleen Kennedy yesterday. She was already trying to take credit as the third. That bitch. Sorry. She just needs to go. Just get the hell out of here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, take the credit. She doesn't even know that there is extensive things to draw from. No source material, she said. For Star Wars. I'm just looking around like, do you see most people's backgrounds when they're talking about Mandalorian on YouTube live streaming? Literally books and books and books and books of things are all EU history. It's just so stupid. So stupid. The Mandalorian knows how to handle a rifle. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. The disintegration rifle is going to get destroyed sooner or later. God, I hope not. It's amazing. It's amazing. I saw Zabrek in that group of mercenaries. See, I want to look. I want to look. I want to look. And I want to freeze frame. And I'm going to deep dive. I'm so interested. There's so many things they pack into every scene. It's like you really do have to. I know the first chapter, I definitely watched it a few times, just looking at all of the characters that are in the market and all that, just seeing all the different, all the different callbacks to the originals. You could see them all. It was so nice. So, let's see here. Let's see. It reminds you of John Wick again. I love that. I love John Wick. John Wick was the first one was one of my favorite new hit 'em up kind of action films. And one of the reasons I really loved it, by the way, is that the directors for John Wick were the stunt men for the Matrix. So these guys know action sequences. So when you watch John Wick and you see him going through just nailing everybody with the gun, doing the reloads, they even have it done to the music in some of the scenes, and it's beautifully, beautifully done. Very different take on the gun. I guess I hate saying gunplay, but gun action scenes. But that's because the guys that directed or produced it are straight out of the Matrix stuntmen, and so they know action sequences, which is why John Wick had such a refreshing take on them. It was very well done. So I'm glad that you made the comparison, because that's a good spot. I agree. Let's see. I am so sorry, Ryan. What are you sorry about? Did I miss what's going on? Whoopsie. Sorry. If I missed if I missed it, apology. My body failed me. LOL. What are we talking about? I'm confused. I wonder if the fobs ping off of somebody's DNA, maybe got to have someone or something DNA to track it. Yeah, I don't know. It's really weird. I'm wondering if the fob is going to go after the Mandalorian or after the baby at this point. Pixelated Ryan. Hey Ryan, I sent you the link, but I think I'm going to be cutting this off here in a little bit, head to bed, because I'm still planning an early morning. So I just want to see what everyone's up to and how they were thinking about it. Ryan Kennel, where were you? Exactly. Bye-bye. Western gunslingers. Yes. You get the sense all throughout the show. It's fantastic. Price is Right review. Hey, Candy. Sup? Awesome gal. First time in your stream. Stay awesome. Oh, thank you for stopping by the Price is Right review. If you like what I'm doing now, be sure to check out some of my Mandalorian playlists, because I got a ton of spoilers and some interesting stuff in there about production, behind the scenes, and maybe it'll give some more context that, watching the rest of the series might give you some more things to think about in the back of your head as you see it all. Loved a more interesting episode. Yes, it was a great episode. You should see Keanu's training videos for those scenes. I did watch it. I watched it. I actually want to get some the gun training that he does. I forget what it's called, but you go to someone who used to be in SWAT or military, and they do those, where you're kind of going around corners and stuff like that. I think it's awesome. It's so fun to watch him using he was cycling through different guns and shooting the different targets. I watched that final Death Star. I'm into that kind of stuff. Fobs remind me of when I am at Panera Bread. What? Make that connection for me, DJ. What are you talking about? Fobs remind me of when I am at Panera Bread. Why am I missing that? Is it because it's like 3:00 where I'm at? I have no idea. But Panera Bread is pretty darn good. Their broccoli soup in a bread bowl. Nice. Fuel the hatred. Yes. The gripping A Ryan. They should train him like John Wick. Keanu Reeves trains with real guns with a yes, with championship gear. Yes, I agree. I love that. You can definitely tell when and what's great about the Mandalorian is that it can be anyone in that suit. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be Pedro. But John Wick, I love that Keanu does all of his own stuff. I think it's amazing. Him and Tom Cruise, they take pride in doing all their own stuff. That's for sure. Oh, he fell asleep. Oh, Ryan, shame. Yeah. Well, hopefully you didn't fall asleep during it. There was a lot of action in this chapter. This is my first time here, and I got the feeling I'm going to stick around. Holy potato. Well, holy crap. I'm glad you're here, and I appreciate you sticking around. Definitely. I hope you're here for my next one, because I will be doing this after the next one as well. The coaster buzzers. Oh, yeah, the fobs. Yes. Your order is ready. Come grab the baby Yoda. Gun fu, they call it. Yes, gun fu. I know gun fu. I consider it kung fu. I love The Matrix. Oh my gosh, I am so excited for the reboot. I hope it's good, but it's going to be interesting with the directors, because now they were once men and now they're women, and it's going to be seriously interesting to see if that vibe remains the same, or if there's going to be a whole bunch of different things with the new series, with the new Matrix movies. Same here, right on. Final Death Star. You don't have. I do have Panera Bread. Everywhere I've ever lived, I've had Panera Bread. I think it's a staple of where I moved to. It must have it. Definitely. All right. Well, I think I'm caught up on chat. I think I'm going to go just a couple more minutes here and kind of hear what you guys have to say. Man, I am decompressing right now. This was a wonderful, wonderful chapter. I cannot wait to watch it again. I cannot wait. This is exciting to feel this way again about it. Let's see here. It goes off when the food is ready. Yes. Okay. I got you now. The counter pops. I got it. I got it. Yes. Coaster buzzers. Yes. Matrix Stun Team is great. I agree. Well, all you guys, I appreciate y'all checking out this stream right after. I think this is what was a really fun way to do this instant take review. I am interested in doing kind of like a deep dive on a few of the elements and maybe doing a video about that this next week. And it's going to be a short video. I've got a very hectic schedule this next week. So content on my channel is going to be a little different this next week and the week after. Got a little bit of travel in the schedule, but I've been trying to make plans to still keep up with certain things that are important for me. So with all that being said, you guys, thank you again for stopping by and hanging out with me and getting to like have some community over this new Star Wars that we're actually enjoying for once. And I look forward to doing this all with you again very soon. So until next time, I will see you later, fandom. And we're going to do the awkward bye